Losing to this team, 2 years in a row now is enough motivation alone for us against the champions.
Alley-oop to James.
They don't like us. We don't like them. Go out and win.
Is it a rivalry? It's a team that when they're on the schedule, we're on the schedule, we get prepared for it, but they got to beat us to be a rivalry.
Paul George from downtown. The Pacers right now in control.
You got to run like we're down 15, not up 15.
I think it's set up for us to come out and play with our back against the wall.
Out to George Hill. That's good. Hibbert barrels in. Stevenson steps back, connects. West, nice fake, and the finish.
They took care of business game one, and we'll figure it out going to game two.
I think it's definitely a rivalry. The Pacers don't like us, and we don't like the Pacers. So, anytime we meet, it's going to be a bloodbath. Each team wants to get the best of each team, and we want to beat them down.
All right. I'm not a betting woman, but I think it's safe to say that LeBron James will be as aggressive as ever from the get-go in tonight's Game 2.
But don't you think the Pacers know that? I feel like the Pacers are ready for that.
You never know with the Pacers, right? You never know with this team.
Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Alley-oop to James. Bullet pass. Stevenson watched him going all the way. Draws the foul on Chalmers.
Who cares if that's a flagrant foul?
Paul George from downtown. A wire-to-wire victory for the Pacers.
Chris, you have evolved your game to meet the needs of this team, which means you have become a very accurate three-point shooter. But over the last couple of years, particularly against Indiana, that in particular has been a little bit of a struggle. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's more so of getting to a groove. Sometimes you have to get some easy buckets, a couple of layups, a couple of short jump shots to kind of, then you can venture your way out. But, sometimes I forget that in the course of a game, especially an emotionally charged game like last one. So I understand that. I know where I fell short last game, and today's a chance to correct it.
Obviously, a lot of challenges on the defensive end, a lot of breakdowns. What, from a strategy standpoint and also from an effort standpoint, can we expect differently from you guys?
I think it's all just effort. Strategy is really just doing what we normally do. We never got to our game. They got to theirs. They dictated the tempo. They forced everything and got everything that they wanted. And if we expect to win this series or win the game tonight, we can't do that. So we're going to have to do a much better job of dictating the tempo and really getting into them defensively and just doing what we do.
Chris, we always appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Doug Collins, you told me earlier today you used to fear him at the elbow, Chris Bosh, and he told me sometimes it is a matter of just getting back to what you know. Coach Spoelstra gives him a ton of freedom to either get to the elbow or the post-up, depending on the flow of the game. So how much that happens tonight remains to be seen.
Playoffs, player, turn up, player. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's going down.
Playoffs.
I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. Let's make a night. You won't remember. I'll be the one. You won't forget.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. The bigger the heart, the harder they ball. Crossover pull-ups, get the J off, all of you slam dunk. Playoffs, so I suggest you get your game up, player. If you're ready for the playoffs, say yeah. We about to crown. Why? Cause it's about to go down. Team by team and round by round. End of the night is going down. You already know, game when you shot. End of the night is going down. Playoffs. Playoffs. It's going down.
Welcome to Indianapolis in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Miami Heat and the Indiana Pacers. The conference finals powered by Pennzoil Platinum. They certainly have Pacer fever here in Indianapolis. Their team superb in their Game 1 wire-to-wire victory over the Heat on Sunday afternoon. Equally superb were the San Antonio Spurs last night at home as they open up the Western Conference Final with an excellent win against Oklahoma City. Sang the national anthem, and what a spectacular, beautiful voice she had. Wade comes free, goes inside, and gets the layup. Excellent start for Wade. He has 8 of their 10 points.
Nice catch. And James and Battier is guarding David West, and James is guarding a perimeter player. To start last game, it was just the opposite. as Battier knocks in the three.
Couple of big bench points. First Cole with a jumper. Now there's 3 different times in his career he can score. There's no question. Wade, hop step, high over Mahinmi. Bounce, and somehow it goes in. These rarely bounce back in. He had the shot, passed it up. Butler the fake. Blocked from behind by Wade. Dwayne Wade contributing at both ends of the floor.
One of the great shot blocking 2 guards to have ever played. Sense of timing.
And Norris Cole has really helped for Miami. James inside, lays it in. May have gotten away with a charge. Crowd certainly thought so.
If I'm Eric Spoelstra right now, the one thing I want LeBron James to begin to get into attack mode. You know, Dwayne Wade did it.
Who's just 1 of 8 from the field. Drives hard to the lane, blocked by Anderson. Chalmers throws it ahead to Wade. Feeds Allen. Allen for 3. That's good. Just their second 3-pointer, but it puts the Heat up 3.
That's why I really like that timeout for Eric Spoelstra.
Dwayne, how did you guys turn an 8-point deficit into a 4-point advantage?
We just kept playing. We didn't make mistakes like we did towards the end right there. So we got to keep that up.
What influence did Norris Cole have on that first push?
He played great. First unit came out a little sluggish. The guys came off the bench, gave us that extra push, and Norris was aggressive. And we need that guy from the bench. We need guys to be aggressive, and we're looking for that shot.
Dwayne, thank you. Mike.
Terrific performance from Wade, although the half ends on a beautiful play from Indiana. Now, they actually don't review that last one because anything less than 3/10 of a second, it goes on in what we said, just the tip. You can't control it. And Stevenson able to tip it in. Turn to halftime coming up next. The Heat have answered back here in game 2. Inside, Chris Bosh connects.
I like that. We have not seen that very often. That's just a flop out of bounds.
Chalmers inside to Haslam. And Haslam gets it to go. Good look for Chalmers at the last second. This game has already had 13 down. Good 2-man game, just couldn't finish it. James spins, James layup. 8 points for LeBron James. Bosh for 3. Way off. Haslam on the follow. Udonis Haslam with a big bucket. Stevenson on the drive. Left-handed. Blocked by Bosh. Picked up by James. Hibbert goes crash. James looking. 5 on the 24. James goes right at Stevenson. Kicks it out to Bosh. The corner 3. Puts it in. And Bosh gets his first 3-pointer of the series. He had missed his initial 7.
Good play by LeBron James. This is a good play by LeBron James. Puts his head down, forces the double team, hits Chris Bosh with an on-time, on-target pass, and
Bosh in the playoffs, more than a third of his field goal attempts are 3-pointers. James to the basket, kicks it out. Cole, open look. That's good. Norris Cole, 8 points off the bench. He has played magnificently.
Well, pick and roll. Everyone's coming to him. Lance Stevenson has to get to Chris Anderson's body. Very long closeout. And Norris Cole can serve energy and also roam where he's best and help defense.
Battier tied up by Scola. James cuts to the basket. Layup is good. And Miami back up by 1.
James got beat on a very similar cut in the first half. This time he beats Paul George. Nice bounce pass from Battier for the bucket.
James skip and go inside. Anderson thread the needle with that pass.
great hands, the ability to catch that basketball and finish. That's a football play tonight.
+6 assists. James catch and shoot, nails it. And the lead for the Heat is 3.
And that's just too easy.
Looking. Hill saves him. 4 to shoot. James on Hill. Stripped by James. One man to beat. It's George. Goes inside. Sidestep. Misses. But Wade right there on the follow. And the Heat go up by 5. Timeout, Indiana. An 8-0 run by the Heat. And the Heat defense getting him an easy bucket.
Terrific defense by the Heat. LeBron James might have gotten away with a foul there. He misses the layup. But Dwayne Wade, good effort to follow and finish and give him a 5-point.
Closing out this ball game.
George pass deflected again. This time Wade got a piece of it. And some costly turnovers after being so protective of the ball for much of the game. Hill back on him. Wade, the stutter dribble. Floater in the lane, rolls around and drops in. And it's a 7-point lead. 10 straight points now by the Heat. To even up the series.
Wade with the smaller George Hill on him. Splits the West help, elevates, and gets another kind roll.
George brings it across the timeline, but they are not looking to foul.
Bad decision. You got to trap him and try to steal the basketball.
James gets free. Bounce passed away for an open dunk. And that makes it an 8-point game, equaling the largest lead with 21.6 remaining. And many of the Pacer fans now head for the exits. What a gorgeous pass from James. And the Heat on the verge of tying this series.
Has taken over the game. Pinpoint passing. Dwayne Wade, the reverse. I thought he hurt his knee. But the ability to still finish. But how about the two best players taking over this game? The Heat doing it again.
And a mass exodus at the Bankers Life Fieldhouse.
Where you going? We've seen crazier things.
And do you really get a jump on the traffic?
Those are tied at 1 game apiece. Despite a fantastic performance from Lance Stevenson, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade with huge fourth-quarter performances.
LeBron, what makes this defense so special when it needs to be?
We fly around. Game 1, we didn't fly around. We let them dictate everything that they wanted, and we didn't play Miami Heat defense. And that's what's good about this team. We go back, we watch the film, we own up to what we did, the mistakes that we had, and then we come out and make it happen.
Special fourth quarter for both you and Dwayne Wade. How much of that is about imposing your will on this game?
That's what it's about. It's not going to be pretty. Not in Eastern Conference. Never pretty basketball in Eastern Conference. It's about who can sustain runs, who can get defensive stops, who can not turn the ball over, and who can get great shots. And I think we did that in the fourth.
LeBron, you'll walk out of here with a split, but overall through the 2 games, how satisfied are you with the way you're playing overall?
Well, we're never satisfied until we close out the series. So, Doris, we got a lot of work to do. We get a couple days off, but those are mental days for us to go through the film, see ways we can get better. Even though we played a great game, I believe we still have some things to cover. So, we're going to go get after it when we get back to Miami and get back to our home fans. They miss us.
We'll see you in the sunshine.
All right, thanks, Doris.
Mike.
All right, Doris, that was a classic hard-fought game between 2 rivals in the Eastern Conference Finals. James and Wade with 22 of the 25 points in the fourth quarter. Game 3 will be Saturday on ESPN, back in Miami. Meanwhile, TNT will have Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals from San Antonio tomorrow night. Final score, the Heat 87, the Pacers 83 to even the series at 1 game apiece. So for producer Tim Corrigan, director Jimmy Moore, Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, Doris Burke, and our entire ESPN crew, Mike Green saying thanks for watching. Sports Center is coming up next. For the 2nd straight year, the Eastern Conference Finals are tied at 1 game apiece.